All right, let's dive right into the wild, chaotic, and honestly, pretty terrifying world of meme coins on the BNB chain. You see, it's a story of fortunes made overnight and, you guessed it, lost just as fast. We're going to unpack exactly how it all went down.
And this, right here, this is the key to the whole thing. As you're about to see, winning in this high-stakes game isn't just about dumb luck. It's more like this calculated dance between being in the right place at the right time, understanding the story everyone's buying into, and, crucially, having the right tools to see what nobody else does.
Well, what happens is you get a gold rush. This one single, absolutely mind-blowing event lit the fuse for the boom part of our story. A time of just staggering gains that got everyone and their cousin looking at the BNB chain. And look, this wasn't just some small trend. This was a full-blown frenzy, the kind of digital gold rush where the idea of life-changing wealth felt not just possible, but like it was right there for the taking, for anyone who dared to jump in. This is the number that kicked it all off. Just imagine that for a second, turning 3.5 grand into almost 8 million bucks. This is the kind of insane outlier that creates a legend, and that legend pulls in a tidal wave of speculative cash. And believe me, that $7.9 million win, it wasn't a fluke. We are talking about over $500 million in tracked profits across the top Memecoins in this ecosystem. This wasn't just a few lucky people. It was a massive flood of capital into the entire network.
So here's the big takeaway from all these massive gains. By the time you're seeing a meme coin hyped up on Twitter, you are probably way too late. The real money is made by spotting the signals and getting in before that hype machine really starts churning.
And that's the question that's always hanging in the air, right? A rocket can't just fly forever. And the same forces that can make you a millionaire in a few days can and absolutely will create devastating losses even faster.
So, this is where our story takes a turn. We're now in Act 2, where the party's over. The music stops, and the brutal hangover starts to set in. The bubble was about to pop.
Just look at that number, a 90% drop in a single day. The exact same volatility that powered that incredible write-up became this brutal, unforgiving force on the way down, wiping out huge amounts of money. So what caused this absolute meltdown? Well, according to the analysis, it was basically a perfect storm. First, a massive wave of capital from Chinese investors just vanished. Then you had all these over-leveraged traders, people betting with borrowed money, getting forced to sell, creating this domino effect. On top of that, people just got bored, narrative fatigue. They were tired of the same old story. And finally, the smart money started moving out and into safer bets. But right in the middle of all this chaos, we start to see an attempt to create some order. Binance itself stepped in, not to end the game, but to change the rules of the game with a brand new platform called Meme Rush. So what exactly is this Meme Rush thing? Well, you can think of it like a curated launchpad for early access. It's built to give traders a verified, safe way to get into new meme coins before they get thrown out into the wild west of decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, where it's a total free-for-all.
And the process is broken down into 3 pretty clear stages. A token starts in the new phase, then it moves to finalizing once it hits certain growth numbers, and finally it migrates over to a public DEX for everyone to trade. By creating this structured path, the platform is really trying to cut down on all the chaos and the bots that usually ruin these new token launches. So why does any of this matter? Well, it completely changes the game. Finding the next big thing early isn't just about digging through blockchains anymore. It's about getting access to Binance's structured funnel. And for traders, that creates a new and potentially really powerful competitive edge.
So, with this new, more structured landscape, the old way of just, blindly jumping into coins, that's probably not going to cut it anymore. To succeed now, you need a much more sophisticated approach, and that's where data-driven tools come into play. And this right here really gets to the core of the new mindset. It's about shifting from just reacting to hype to proactively using data to see what's coming next. You're moving from just gambling and following the crowd to taking calculated, informed risks based on real, actual signals.
So, how do you get that data-driven edge? Well, that's where tools like Ave.ai come in. They give you these insane features, like letting you track the smart money wallets and getting alerts on liquidity changes. They can even connect social media buzz to what's actually happening on the blockchain, or find signals by spotting when a bunch of top wallets are all buying the same new token, a huge clue that a big move might be on the way.
And that quote, it just nails it. In a market that moves this fast, chasing is a losing game. The real advantage, the real edge, comes from anticipating what's going to happen next. And that's only possible if you have the right data.
Okay, so we've been through the boom, the bust, and the brand new rulebook. Let's pull all of this together into a clear, actionable playbook for anyone out there thinking about jumping into this meme coin mania.
So here it is. First, you have to accept the reality. The massive gains are real, but the volatility is absolutely brutal. Second, don't just rely on hype. Use data to find your edge. Third, keep a close eye on platforms like MemeRush, because they are changing how this game is played. Fourth, and maybe most important, risk control is non-negotiable. And finally, the real secret sauce, watch the whales, track the liquidity, and look for those crucial on-chain signals.
And that brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? This whole meme coin explosion. Could it be laying a new foundation for the entire BNB chain? Or is it just another spectacular, painful, beautiful bubble that's doomed to fade away? Well, the answer to that is still being written. Thanks for tuning in.